Hello, perceptive reader. This is a James Poe artistry moment. I heard recently a statement from a person who meditates a lot and gets pretty deep, I guess you could say, even spiritually speaking, according to their own views and reports. Okay. Now, with that being said, I would like for you after this moment, when you get the chance sometimes, to reference my discussion podcast, if you will, of the Apples and Oranges series. The Apples and Oranges series. And one of them actually dealt with, I think it was number 2 or number 3 that dealt with partnerships, friendships, and things of that nature. Okay. Well, you can just listen to all of them, the Apples and Oranges series. And then the other podcast, which you see me highlighted quite a bit, is how we are to protect our assets. How we are to protect our assets. Okay, just do a search on the James Pure Artistry YouTube channel. All right. Now, let me tell you what this person had came to the conclusion on, and I'm just going to piggyback on just what their observation has been in certain situations with different people. And what this person, who I don't want to make light of what they were saying, is that there have been people at times that have been caught in the crosshairs of friendships and even developing friendships, you see, caught in the crosshairs because of people feeling that they would expect more out of them than what they may even be able to give, or maybe they not expecting anything at all. All the same, they really have a misconception. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes that misconception comes about because actually, I would say, people ask around, but sometimes they're just still inquiring of the wrong people, that instead of it, after talking with a certain person about this situation or that situation, depending on who it is, they can leave you feeling where you were going to go into the situation feeling pretty good. And then next thing you know, you just feel totally unqualified to even maybe speak to a person this way or about this subject. And see, and as this woman was bringing out, especially in business arrangements, professional arrangements, the way that a lot of person thinks at times, it's like, wait a minute, just the way that I'm acquainted with you in this area, it's lucrative, so to speak. That's my word. It's lucrative. There's a lot of benefits. And what I mean by that is, if a person already has established their niche, their business, and other different talents, you see, that still, has been firmly established, their reputation, if you will, then just by interacting with some other sources, if you will, if the source isn't, game, so to speak, as some persons would say, then they say, that's just too much of having to put my own niche or my own reputation on the line, communicating with this person this way or that way. And especially, what if I just get shot down, you see? And that's understandable. What I'm still going to say is, as this person was going into, see, this person really realized that there are some individuals that, from what this person really did observe with different people, is that sometimes it's like the person isn't even thinking that way at all, where this other individual is over here, and these are my words, really hyperventilating and really, taking matters in their mind and being concerned and scared. And it's almost like that's not even the level that this professional is thinking on in this way, for somebody to be so nervous that they practically faint or pass out or be scared that somehow this professional going to turn around. And as Jesus would say, uh, you know, bite their ear off, so to speak. He talked about that, about throwing pearls before swine or what have you, that some people, yeah, you can do something nice or reach out to them, and then, boy, the person that you do it for turn around and just destroy your pearls or your good name or what you have to share. And yes, that really does happen. But all the same, what I want to address is most persons who have really observed another individual or professional in this way, especially if it went on for years, in your own in your own thinking of what is good and what is right and what is nice, and how you develop friendships and relationships and things of that nature. You should pretty well be able to tell whether, that at the very least that, yeah, I'm sure the person at the very least, according to their own character, they not going to rip me apart. They might not accept my offer, but at the same time, they're going to at least say a yes or no, and leave my respect or my dignity intact. And see, and that's what has happened. This is in my closing. And see, that's what has happened today with so many persons who rely a lot on peer pressure, approval, and things of that nature, that I'm telling you, it has really gotten to the point where they'll make something sound like it's a big embarrassment because of the group that they really have to interact with more than with the person maybe that they're getting to know. That it make it seem like it's more of a great embarrassment, a great failure, just because another professional may end up saying, you know, you got something good right there. You got something great right there. However, this at this time, this is what I'm working on right now. This is what I'm developing right here, and I already got this idea going. I already know what resource or asset that I'm going to use to do it. But it still doesn't mean that I may do something in the future in this way or that way. And yet, see, and this is what this woman was basically bringing out, and I'm going to add my word to it. See, it's almost like, no, it isn't almost like, it really has happened. There are relationships and connections and business professionalism connections that I've seen now that, man, a lot of stuff has just been bought up and monopolized. And so that's what makes it even more harder for persons to take that leap, so to speak. And sometimes it's not even a leap of faith. It's just, like I told you, common courtesy to be able to, gauge or find out from this place or that place, you see, regardless. And the reason why this is so important, because this woman was bringing out how some persons, the ones who just had their stuff together, but because of the way that people perceived them, that person bit by bit was still really being ostracized. You see, even I would say, and this has happened, out of the capitalism and financial market of the internet. See, that has really happened because people talk, you see, and all this was done. So you had some persons saying that, no, I know that individual is just great in this or that, or whether they're author, writer, blogger, or what have you, commentary, and all that stuff that, goes on the internet. But because they're still not part of that, I'm just saying again, monopolized, organized arrangement of businesses. You see, Better Business Bureau, if you will, or what have you, so to speak. It really puts them in a situation where, like I told you, they don't get to enjoy the market, even the internet market for currency and funds and money, the way that they should be. And so you have some persons knowing, as she was bringing out, knowing they wanted to engage with this business in that way, but yet that business slowly but surely, and that's what I'm telling you what happened, that's business slowly but surely, you see, basically start losing what was that high potential, you see, for riches and things of that nature, because the monopoly really did see, and that's why you can see why in times past some of the laws of monopoly came about, squeeze that person out unjustifiably so. So you had persons on one hand saying, man, I like what this person was doing or doing this way, but yet, you see, it's almost like still, because they wouldn't patronage that person in that way, then guess what? It allowed for other persons to really take all their stuff, forgery, etc., reverse engineer it, whatever you want to call it. And now with the whole AI, I told you the way that the AI is being used, I've already warned about it. It's like a lot of stuff that is coming about is just to make the forgery and the stealing of intellectual property even legal. You see, in the way that persons are using it, and that's really a shame. It's really a shame. But all the same, I still emphasize human writing, human singing, and nobody says that, you can't get creative. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you still got a lot of professionals, great, great models and professionals, what they doing, great human services that many of these persons have in a variety of different fields. And you know what? And I hope that they will continue to be great at what they do, awesome at what they do, and to always go into a simple professional letter doesn't hurt. And okay, and so that's all I'm going to say. And as I mentioned, some persons, this is actually a method that has been used on businesses to squeeze them out of businesses. And the music industry, even way back from the 40s and 50s, know this very well, because it did happen, I'm telling you, with a lot of black artists. It really did. Their work was always being stolen left and right. And so it's like, if they had a song, if something sound good or what have you, oh no, the big promoters and producers and things of that nature, no, they didn't really have to pay them anything. They just stole it. And oftentimes, you see, those new black singers and artists, they certainly didn't have the money to go up against them in court, you see. So that's what they tried to do with the internet today in this age. You had a lot of persons who were becoming millionaires very quickly. And some persons realize, we got to find a way to cut this off or cut them down. Too many people are making good money from this. And that's what was happening. And so that's one of the reasons of what was going on. So I just wanted to share that with you, Perceptive Reader. Have a very wonderful day. And guess what? I hope you will take a look or read my new article about my 5 top songs of ATC. My 5 top songs. And I really want to emphasize that, those can be rotated around at different times or what have you of the year. But for now, because it doesn't mean, even like I said, that they're my 5 top songs, I still love many of their other songs as well. But see, it depends on the mood, as I was telling you in the article, and what I'm doing, what I'm writing. Have a very wonderful day. Take care.